So recently I got an email asking me about how I study for my exams and what kind of things I do to prepare for tests. And seeing how I just finished my last round of finals here at Rice, I thought it'd be a perfect time to talk a little bit about my study habits and the things I do to maintain a healthy lifestyle in the process. Now, I do want to mention that since I was studying for my finals, I didn't really plan this video ahead of time, which means that all these shots that you'll see in the video aren't actually of Rice, but hopefully that won't detract from any of the points that I'll be talking about. So before I get into anything, I want to stress the importance of learning while you're living. And by that, I mean you should always be on top of your classes and to learn the material behind each assignment and each problem set before you get them. Now, obviously it helps if your professors grade your homework, which in most cases they do, but sometimes they don't, and you need to be accountable for it. And by doing this, it'll make studying for your exams a lot easier since you're practically studying the entire semester. Okay, now the actual studying part. First, I try to put myself in an environment that kind of pushes me to do work. So places like the library or the Lilly Lab at Rice, it inherently gives you a do work kind of aura. And that really forces me to work instead of procrastinate. And if I were to try to study in my room instead, I'll try to mimic that atmosphere. For example, I would play soft studying music that I find off YouTube and only have things that I need for studying in my vicinity. I would also force myself not to check any social media, which can distract me from learning and focusing. And that means I would try to put my phone away and out of my sight. This next part can vary depending on how long people can study for. Like, for example, some of my friends I know they can study for hours on end, while others they can only last 30 minutes before having to take a break. For me, I can go about 2 hours until I have to take a break. But I don't really recommend actually setting a timer and keeping a strict studying schedule. And this is because I feel like if you keep a timer, then you'll start losing focus when you notice that you're about to reach the end of your study session. Instead, I find it helpful not to set any goal and to just study until I feel satisfied with my progress. Then I will take a 30 or 40 minute break before starting again. So when taking a break, I know a lot of people will go on their phones and check their social media or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I do the same thing as well. But for me, I find it hard to regain focus after I check my phone, which is why I always leave the last 10 or 15 minutes of my study break to just try to regain focus. I put my phone away and clear my mind out so I can start studying again. The last thing I want to talk about is practice exams. If your professor or teacher provides them, then please take the time to do it. Also, they are most helpful if you treat them like a real exam. Any limitations that you'll have on the real exam you should place on your practice exam. And then just see how you do and review after. Honestly, it's hard to put into words just how helpful practice exams are for me, so I'm just going to say this. If you have them, then do them. And that's just a quick rundown of how I study for my finals. Hopefully you find something in this video that can be helpful. And I want to mention that the key to studying isn't necessarily the length you study, but the focus that you put into studying. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and if any of you guys have exams, then I want to say one thing. Stay focused.